If you're a nurse and you've ever felt that you're right on the edge of something more, then this is for you. We're going to dive into a really powerful concept from Annette Tersini, the founder of YogaNurse program. It's about this subtle place a lot of us get stuck in, a place that might feel, well, a little too familiar. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how to get out of it.
And this right here is the heart of it all. This is the manifesto. It's this powerful idea that real, lasting change in the entire healthcare system, it doesn't start in some boardroom. It starts inside each of us.
So where does that big inner change even begin? Well, it starts by just recognizing where you are. And for many of us, that's a place Annette calls the almost. It's this comfortable, quiet plateau where we can find ourselves for years without even noticing.
All right, so I want you to take just a second here, a real, honest check-in with yourself. As I go through these, just ask, does any of this ring a bell?
Do you see yourself in there? It's that feeling of being right on the verge. The idea is there, the desire is definitely there, but the action, it's always just around the corner. It's the land of really, really good intentions.
And this is what makes the almost so tricky, right? It's not some big, dramatic failure. It's comfortable. You're not in crisis mode, so there's no massive alarm bell telling you to change, but you're not really fulfilled either. And that quiet, cozy space can just eat up years of your career, almost without you even realizing it.
Okay, so if we know it's not where we want to be, then what gives? Why is this place so crowded? Why do so many incredibly talented, dedicated people get stuck on this plateau? Well, the reasons are kind of twofold. They're out there in the system, and they're deep inside us too.
And a huge piece of the puzzle is that this isn't just your problem. The whole healthcare system, without even meaning to, kind of trains us to live here. It creates and reinforces this culture of the almost.
Just think about it for a second. The system rewards endurance over vision. You're trained to follow the rules, stay in your lane, don't make waves. So when that little voice inside you says, hey, what if we did more? Or what if I could lead, or teach, or build something new? That voice often gets quieted. And it's not from a lack of courage. It's from years and years of cultural conditioning. And that conditioning, it leads to this whole internal monologue, a bunch of excuses that sound so reasonable. The first one's a classic, I'll get to it next year.
Or how about this one? Let me just get through this crazy season first. But there's always another season, isn't there? A busy stretch, a family thing, a new project. One just rolls right into the next.
And of course, the big one, the one we all fall back on, I just need a little more time. We're convinced that time is the one thing we're missing. But what if time isn't the solution at all? And this is the turning point. This is the big reframe. Time doesn't create courage. A decision does. Waiting for the perfect moment just makes you better at waiting. Courage isn't found on a calendar. It's born in the instant you decide.
Okay, but it gets even deeper than that. This isn't just in your head or in the culture around you. It's in your body. There's a real biological reason why stepping out of the almost feels so incredibly hard.
So picture this, right? You decide, okay, I'm doing it, and you take one small step toward that bigger goal. Your body, especially an overworked nervous system, immediately flags this new territory as danger. Your heart starts to pound. Doubt comes flooding in. Your entire being is screaming, retreat, go back to what's familiar and safe. It's so important to get this. That's not weakness, it's a survival instinct.
So, culture, habits, our own biology, how in the world do you get past all that? Well, it doesn't happen with some big lightning strike. It happens in a quiet, internal moment of absolute clarity. It happens in the moment of decision.
This is it. This is where your authority is born. It's not a new degree. It's not a promotion. It's this simple, clear, unwavering declaration you make to yourself. A quiet promise that the waiting game is officially over.
And once you make that decision, really make it, everything starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as just an employee in a system, and you start seeing yourself as a force for change within that system. You start to embody a whole new vision for what healthcare can be.
Because this is where the real transformation happens. It's not going to come from burned-out nurses just waiting for permission. It's going to be driven by the nurses who step out of the almost, the ones who decide to teach, to innovate, to lead, to build something new, and to finally bring that deep wisdom together with modern science.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway here, the thing to really let sink in.
The future of our field isn't about being better at following the rules. It's about being more awake to your own potential, your own wisdom, and your own power to create change.
So look, if any of this resonated with you, if you felt that little spark, that call to step beyond the threshold, I really invite you to learn more. Head over to YogaNurse.com. You can find a whole community and tons of resources there. Subscribe and be part of this incredible movement of nurses who are choosing to be more than compliant. They're choosing to be awake.